Only you killed him.
No. I am your father.
Reality might be far less stable than we've ever dared to imagine. From Mr. Darcy's iconic emergence dripping wet from the lake, a scene that never truly existed, to Pikachu's unforgettable black-tipped tail, now a haunting illusion. Could these unsettling glitches simply be tricks of the mind or heartbreaking clues that parallel universes are bleeding into our own?
Magic mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest one of them?
Stay with us as we count down 20 bizarre Mandela effect glitches that left viewers speechless.
Mysterious prison death.
The top 20 mind-blowing examples of the Mandela effect. This is a suggestion via Discord. Let's go ahead and jump in.
The Mandela effect isn't just a quirky meme. It's chilling. Millions swear history played out differently, but nothing slaps harder than the bizarre saga of Nelson Mandela's death. Ask yourself, when did Nelson Mandela really die? Nelson Mandela, the legendary South African icon, officially took his final breath in December 2013, at peace, in his own home. Chill, right? But pause. Countless people swear on their lives that Mandela died locked up, forgotten in a bleak prison cell in the 80s. This haunting discrepancy birthed the term Mandela effect, as thousands were shaken to discover Mandela lived decades beyond their vivid, heart-wrenching memories. Nearly 1 in 4 people insist they watched his funeral on TV back in the day, complete with tearful speeches from a grieving widow, a funeral that, officially, never happened. Experts are saying these aren't just quirky memory lapses. Could these glitches be signs our reality itself is cracking? Or perhaps proof we're slipping between parallel universes? Far-fetched, maybe. But this phenomenon isn't hiding. It's embedded deep into our culture, making us question the very nature of reality. So, what's real and what's cap? Are we casually drifting between worlds without even noticing? Darth Vader's misquote. "Luke, I am your father." Everyone knows that line, right? It's legendary, except it was never actually said. Darth Vader never delivered those iconic words. So, what's up with millions of fans clearly remembering it differently? In the actual scene from the 1980 blockbuster The Empire Strikes Back, Vader drops a massive truth bomb, but the real quote is, "No, I am your father."
No. I am your father.
Seems subtle, but somehow the whole world remembers it as Luke, until you realize that this isn't just a casual mistake. It's a global phenomenon known as the Mandela effect. But how did we all get it so wrong? Turns out, pop culture's got a way of rewriting history. TV shows, parodies, memes, you name it, have endlessly repeated the misquoted line, shaping our collective memory. Even James Earl Jones, the voice of Vader himself, repeated the famous misquote in interviews, further sealing this alternate reality into fans' minds. Yet some believe this goes deeper than just bad memory. Could we be witnessing glitches in reality itself? It's a chilling idea that maybe our memories aren't entirely wrong. Maybe something out there shifted, changing one of cinema's greatest lines forever. Whether it's a trick of memory or proof of something stranger, Vader's misquote has fans shook, questioning everything we think we know about our past. Mr. Darcy's missing scene. How could an iconic moment vanish from history, leaving millions utterly convinced they've witnessed it? The dramatic scene of Colin Firth's Mr. Darcy emerging soaked from a lake in Pride and Prejudice is ingrained in pop culture. Yet, astonishingly, it never actually happened. Shocking, isn't it? Fans everywhere vividly recall Mr. Darcy rising from the water, shirt clinging dramatically, eyes intense. But Colin Firth himself confirmed the truth. Though Darcy did swim in the acclaimed 1995 BBC series, that legendary close-up dripping wet scene never existed on screen. How did collective memory betray us so dramatically? Blame the power of suggestion, parodies, romantic illustrations, and endless tributes transformed a simple swim into the defining image of passionate longing. The non-existent scene became symbolic, deeply embedded in the public consciousness. Yet, oddly enough, it was always imaginary. But could something stranger be unfolding beneath the surface? Skeptics wonder if this bizarre memory slip reveals deeper mysteries, a fracture in reality itself, a glimpse of alternate timelines colliding. Dramatic, perhaps, but ask yourself this: why do countless people remember precisely the same false detail? Next time Mr. Darcy's soaked shirt comes up, beware. You might be standing on the edge of a reality far more uncertain and intriguing than you ever suspected. Fruits missing cornucopia. Is reality slipping through our fingers? Millions of people distinctly recall a cornucopia, the iconic horn of plenty, adorning the Fruit of the Loom logo. Yet shockingly, it never existed at all. Strange, but true. Despite countless vivid recollections of the horn framing the famous fruits, Fruit of the Loom officially confirms their logo never included such an image. Even historical company records back them up. No cornucopia was ever drawn, designed, or printed. How could such a vivid detail embed itself into the collective consciousness? Theories swirl, from subtle cultural references and online edits spreading misinformation to something far more troubling, glimpses into parallel realities bleeding into our own. After all, how could so many share precisely the same mistaken memory? This mysterious Mandela effect leaves us doubting the reliability of our minds. Is human memory so fragile, filling in gaps with details we want to believe existed? Or are we quietly drifting between alternate worlds, each subtly different from the last? Monopoly Man's missing monocle. This one will make you question everything you've ever believed. The Monopoly Man, you know him, top hat, mustache, and that unmistakable monocle, right? Wrong. Astonishingly, rich Uncle Pennybags, the iconic face of Monopoly, never wore a monocle at all. Yet millions of players confidently recall his distinguished eyepiece, some even describing it precisely down to the gold chain. Official records, however, firmly state otherwise. There was never any monocle, ever. How did so many of us become convinced of something that never existed? Perhaps we confused him with Mr. Peanut, another famous figure who unquestionably sports a monocle. But could simple confusion truly explain such a widespread, detailed memory? Or is something deeper unfolding, hinting at fractures in reality itself, maybe even evidence of alternate timelines crossing paths? Whether reality is breaking or memory is just unreliable, one thing is certain. Mr. Monopoly's missing monocle forces us to confront the unsettling truth that our world might not be exactly as we perceive it. Bob Marley's lost assassination. Wrapping things up, we've got to talk about a glitch involving the legend himself, Bob Marley. How did Marley actually die? Most folks would say melanoma in 1981. But wait a minute. Why do so many vividly remember him being taken out in a tragic assassination back in '76? For real, countless fans swear they recall breaking news reports about Marley dying after gunmen stormed his home in Kingston. Marley survived that assassination attempt, going on to perform one of his most legendary concerts just days later. Yet somehow, this memory got twisted, embedding itself deep into the minds of millions. Was it just a case of people misremembering a near-death experience? Or is something else sketchy happening here? Could it be that alternate timelines crossed, briefly blending realities? Experts explain this Mandela effect glitch as collective confusion, but conspiracy theorists aren't buying it. They insist our reality might have glitched, swapping memories from another universe, one where Marley never lived beyond that fateful night in '76. Either way, Bob Marley's mysterious assassination glitch leaves fans wondering, can we really trust our own memories? Or are we drifting through parallel worlds without even knowing it? Massive Attack's musical glitch. Fans across the globe confidently recall Massive Attack's legendary track, Unfinished Symphony. Yet, remarkably, the song never existed at all. The renowned trip-hop anthem we've enjoyed for decades is officially titled Unfinished Sympathy, causing shockwaves among devoted listeners. Even the most loyal fans insist on the incorrect name, confidently repeating a title that never appeared on any official album or playlist. How could so many independently recall the same exact error? Some theorists attribute this puzzling phenomenon to our brains unconsciously merging the title with familiar classical symphonies. Yet others propose a far more unsettling explanation, a fracture in our reality, a glimpse into parallel worlds subtly overlapping with our own. The idea that thousands share precisely the same false memory raises chilling questions about the true nature of perception. This widespread confusion isn't simply a harmless mistake. It hints at deeper mysteries about how we collectively experience reality. Is it possible that our memories aren't faulty at all, but rather evidence of alternate timelines intersecting with ours? Sinbad's Genie movie. Some mysteries defy explanation, yet none is as baffling as the Phantom Genie film Shazam, allegedly starring comedian Sinbad.
Is that the movie Shazam, starring Sinbad, was released in 1994, and the whole world saw it,
thousands of viewers insist they watch this beloved 90s family film, vividly recalling scenes of Sinbad as a wisecracking genie granting hilarious wishes. Yet, astonishingly, no such movie ever existed. The real genie comedy from that era, Kazam, featured basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal, not Sinbad. Still, fans stubbornly insist on their version, describing precise scenes, memorable dialogue, and even VHS cover art featuring Sinbad's unmistakable grin. Sinbad himself has repeatedly stated he never portrayed a genie, let alone starred in a film titled Shazam. Psychologists suggest confusion caused by similar-sounding titles and overlapping pop culture references. Yet skeptics raise an unsettling possibility. Perhaps our reality is more fragile than we realize. The idea seems absurd at first glance, but the conviction with which countless individuals remember this phantom movie suggests a genuine anomaly. Have our minds deceived us, or is the universe subtly rewriting history, swapping timelines in the shadows? Pikachu's black stripe. No Pokemon Mystery Puzzles fans more dramatically than Pikachu's missing black stripe. Dedicated followers worldwide swear Pikachu's lightning-shaped tail ended in a distinct black tip. Yet astonishingly, official records confirm it never existed. Millions confidently describe this precise detail, only to discover their cherished childhood memory is entirely false. How could so many fans, spanning generations and continents, vividly recall something non-existent? Some experts claim early merchandise or unofficial artworks might have falsely embedded this mistaken image into our collective minds. Yet such rational explanations hardly satisfy those sensing something far stranger at play. Believers in the Mandela effect argue passionately that these discrepancies aren't mere tricks of the mind. Instead, they represent subtle fractures in reality itself, evidence that parallel worlds occasionally intersect, rewriting tiny details like Pikachu's tail unnoticed by most. Skeptics may dismiss these theories, yet the consistency of this false memory remains profoundly unsettling. The curious case of Pikachu's phantom stripe continues to challenge our understanding of perception, memory, and even reality itself. Is this merely mass confusion, or have we caught reality red-handed, quietly changing details while we look the other way? Next time Pikachu appears on screen, watch carefully. Your own memories might betray you. The Berenstain Bears Paradox. You probably remember those classic children's books, the family of cuddly bears teaching life lessons. But hold up, because I've got news that'll leave you shook. They were never the Berenstain Bears at all. They've always been spelled Berenstain. Despite millions vividly recalling Berenstain, the books, merchandise, even the original authors themselves confirm it's always been Berenstain. So, how exactly did this bizarre glitch embed itself into our collective memory? Some claim it's just simple confusion due to similar-sounding names, but others aren't buying it. They suspect something sketchier, something bigger. Could this be evidence that reality itself glitched, shifting us subtly from one timeline to another? It sounds dramatic, but think about it. Why would so many of us share the exact same false memory? This isn't just random. It feels like proof of parallel worlds slipping into each other, leaving behind these eerie memory echoes.
Okay, now it's time for the open discussion.
Here's the weird one. Viewers watching this broadcast claim the woman on the left suddenly had a different voice mid-sentence, like totally different person, and the man didn't even flinch. Could it be a switch-up? Or another Mandela effect moment that slipped through the cracks of reality? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to mention #OpenDiscussion. The Oscar Mayer Glitch. How can a single letter rewrite reality, leaving millions questioning their own memories? The beloved hot dog brand Oscar Mayer has sparked precisely that confusion. Countless people confidently spell it Meyer, certain they've seen the familiar packaging their entire lives, only to discover that the true spelling has always been Mayer. Official labels, commercials, and even that unforgettable jingle confirm it.
We're going to get a chance to take an in-depth look at the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile,
leaving devoted fans stunned and bewildered. Yet, how is it possible that so many distinctly recall the Meyer spelling, repeatedly singing the incorrect lyrics, buying packages, and confidently teaching others the same error? Some attribute it to simple spelling confusion, a trick played by our minds blending familiar names. But others sense a deeper mystery, a chilling hint that perhaps reality itself shifted subtly without notice. Supporters of the Mandela effect suggest an even stranger possibility. Could this common memory discrepancy indicate our timeline briefly intersected with an alternate one? Perhaps we've unknowingly drifted into a parallel world, where subtle details, like the spelling of familiar brand names, have mysteriously changed. Regardless of the explanation, the Oscar Mayer glitch reminds us how fragile our memories can be. Next time you're reaching for a pack of Oscar Mayer hot dogs, carefully examine that label. You might just find yourself confronting a reality more elusive than you ever suspected. The Magic Mirror Mystery. What words does the Wicked Queen utter to her enchanted mirror in Disney's Snow White? "Mirror, mirror on the wall" is surely the phrase we all recall. But shockingly, this iconic line was never spoken in the classic animated film. Instead, the Queen distinctly says, "Magic mirror on the wall,"
Magic mirror on the wall.
revealing a collective memory error shared by millions worldwide. How could such a clear and famous quote have been misremembered by generations? Some suggest the widespread mistake originated from countless adaptations, parodies, and pop culture references over decades, each reinforcing the incorrect phrase until it became embedded deeply into public consciousness. Repetition transformed fiction into accepted reality, making the misquote more memorable than the original dialogue itself. Yet others believe something more mysterious could be occurring, a classic Mandela effect scenario. Perhaps our minds have glimpsed an overlapping timeline where "mirror, mirror" truly was spoken, leaving us unknowingly caught between two different realities. Whether it's merely cultural confusion or evidence of something genuinely unexplained, the mystery of the Queen's enchanted mirror line forces us to reconsider how fragile memory and perception truly are. JFK's ghost passengers. Simply counting the passengers in JFK's car on that tragic day in Dallas seems straightforward enough, yet history itself begs to differ. Most confidently recall 4 occupants: President Kennedy, Jackie Kennedy, the governor, and the driver, nothing more. Astonishingly, historical records firmly declare there were actually 6 passengers: President Kennedy, Jackie Kennedy, Governor Connolly, and his wife, a driver, and a Secret Service agent. This startling discrepancy has left millions bewildered, questioning the authenticity of their own memories. How could countless individuals independently recall fewer passengers with such striking clarity, down to vivid historical images and footage viewed in classrooms and documentaries? Psychologists attribute this collective memory gap to edited clips and media oversimplifications, inadvertently reinforcing the incorrect 4-passenger narrative. But others suggest a more unsettling explanation: the Mandela effect. This phantom passenger mystery raises unsettling questions about memory, perception, and even reality itself. Is history quietly shifting beneath our notice, altering critical details we believed unchangeable? Or is human recollection truly that fragile, easily distorted by subtle influences? Henry VIII's vanishing leg. No historical image is more vivid than King Henry VIII, imposing, lavishly dressed, grasping an enormous turkey leg in his royal hand. This iconic representation of indulgence and power seems unquestionably real. Yet historians confirm with absolute certainty no such painting exists. The supposed portrait that countless people confidently recall is entirely fictional, a collective memory with no foundation in reality. Scholars argue it stems from centuries of cultural exaggerations, cartoons, and comedic portrayals cementing the turkey leg-holding king firmly into public consciousness. Still, the sheer number of individuals who clearly remember seeing this non-existent portrait hints at something far more unsettling. Proponents of the Mandela effect propose exactly this, suggesting our shared certainty in Henry's turkey leg may not be mere confusion, but evidence of parallel worlds briefly converging. Is our history quietly rewriting itself, altering small but vivid details unnoticed? Captain Crunch's lost letters. What strange force could alter the spelling of one of America's most iconic cereals, leaving millions baffled? Generations have confidently poured bowls of Captain Crunch, clearly recalling the friendly sailor mascot with the title fully spelled out. Yet the undeniable truth, verified by official sources, is far stranger. The brand has always been known simply as Cap'n Crunch, abbreviated and unmistakably informal. There never was a captain, only Cap'n, leaving devoted fans utterly perplexed. Why do so many cereal fans clearly remember something that's never been accurate? Experts believe our minds naturally complete abbreviated or incomplete words, automatically assuming the correct spelling. Still, the overwhelming number of individuals who share this mistaken memory invites a more troubling possibility. Advocates of the Mandela effect propose precisely that. Our timeline has subtly shifted, blending quietly with another reality where the cereal was genuinely spelled Captain. Perhaps these minor discrepancies serve as tiny clues that parallel universes briefly overlapped, rewriting trivial yet noticeable details of daily life. C-3PO's hidden silver leg. However confident you feel about your memories of Star Wars, there's one detail that will make you question everything you've ever seen. For decades, devoted fans have confidently described C-3PO as entirely golden, the protocol droid's reflective body iconic in its uniform shine. Yet the startling truth remains. From his very first appearance, C-3PO possessed one distinctly silver leg. Examine the original trilogy carefully, and this overlooked detail becomes undeniably clear. Could this minor yet profoundly unsettling discrepancy indicate our reality has subtly shifted, blending briefly with a parallel timeline? This shared false memory raises profound questions about the stability of reality itself. Why else would countless fans, with flawless precision, recall a fully gold C-3PO when evidence proves otherwise? Perhaps such trivial details offer unsettling clues that the universe occasionally glitches, rewriting small yet unmistakable elements of the past. Looney Tunes' cartoon glitch. When certainty collapses, even beloved cartoons can deceive us. Generations of devoted fans confidently spelled their favorite animated classic as Looney Tunes, the playful letters proudly declaring its cartoon heritage. Yet official records shatter this illusion entirely. The correct spelling is, and always has been, Looney Tunes, emphasizing music rather than animation. Millions passionately insist they vividly remember seeing tunes emblazoned clearly across their childhood screens. Yet this supposed reality never existed. How could countless viewers independently commit the exact same error, confidently recalling something fundamentally incorrect? Experts propose that our minds effortlessly substituted tunes, logically assuming a connection with cartoons. But this explanation fails to satisfy those sensing something profoundly unsettling. Could such a widespread error signify more than a mere trick of memory? Could it be evidence that we briefly shifted into a subtly altered timeline where minor details quietly changed beneath our notice? Believers in the Mandela effect propose precisely this scenario, that realities overlap, rewriting history in subtle but undeniable ways. Perhaps we have unknowingly glimpsed into parallel worlds, leaving haunting echoes of memories that no longer align with truth. The next time Bugs Bunny appears on your screen, watch closely. You might catch reality slipping once more, shaking the very foundations of what you believe to be true. Casablanca's lost line. What if Hollywood's most unforgettable line never truly existed? Film fans everywhere swear they've heard Humphrey Bogart famously utter, "Play it again, Sam," in the classic movie Casablanca.
Play it once, Sam. For all time's sake.
Yet, shockingly, no character in the film ever speaks those exact words. The iconic phrase, quoted by generations and embedded into cultural memory, is purely fictional, a collective mistake repeated so often that audiences accepted it as truth. In reality, Ingrid Bergman's character simply says, "Play it, Sam. Play as time goes by."
Play it, Sam. Play as time goes by.
So, how did millions come to misremember something so vividly specific? Experts argue decades of misquotes, parodies, and adaptations gradually transformed the original dialogue, reshaping it into something never actually said on screen. Yet such widespread error feels deeply unsettling. Some propose a more intriguing possibility. Perhaps we've momentarily brushed against another reality, subtly altering small but memorable details from films we believed we knew perfectly. Kit Kat's missing hyphen. Far stranger than simple spelling mistakes is the mystery surrounding one of the world's most popular chocolate treats. For decades, countless fans of Kit Kat have confidently spelled its name with a hyphen, Kit Kat. Yet, astonishingly, this tiny punctuation mark has never appeared on any official wrapper or branding. A seemingly trivial detail, yet millions remain utterly convinced they've seen it clearly, remembered from commercials, packaging, and store shelves. How could such a minor difference trigger widespread confusion, making devoted chocolate lovers doubt their own memories? Some experts theorize our minds instinctively insert the hyphen to logically separate two distinct words, crafting a memory that feels accurate but never truly existed. Yet this rational explanation fails to satisfy those sensing something far more mysterious at play. Advocates of the Mandela effect believe precisely this, that without realizing it, we've shifted into a parallel timeline where slight discrepancies have quietly altered familiar details. How else could so many people clearly recall the exact same non-existent hyphen? Is it possible that our reality is gradually rewriting itself, leaving us disoriented, doubtful, and deeply disturbed? New Zealand's map mystery. Where exactly does New Zealand lie on the globe? Millions confidently recall its position clearly to Australia's northeast, yet, incredibly, official maps prove it's always been located southeast, deep within the Pacific Ocean. This geographic contradiction has sparked widespread confusion, leaving countless people questioning the reliability of their own memories. Some experts dismiss the phenomenon, blaming faulty maps or outdated geography textbooks for creating widespread misconceptions. But such explanations seem insufficient, given the sheer number of individuals independently remembering the same incorrect detail. Those who support the Mandela effect raise a chilling idea. Maybe the memories we share aren't incorrect after all. Rather, reality itself may have subtly changed. Is it conceivable that we've unknowingly crossed paths with another timeline, momentarily experiencing a reality in which New Zealand existed in a completely different geographic location? So, were your memories just playing tricks, or is reality glitching right before our eyes? Let us know which Mandela effect shook you most down in the comments. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Stay curious, stay questioning, and see you soon.